Hey everyone, Corey Taylor here from Stone Sour and Slipknot, and you are watching Rocked.
We are here with who is now officially also known as the sexiest man in rock.
Humble, strangely enough. Yeah. I don't know what picture got me voted that, but I'd like to frame it.
This mug, you make some great facial expressions on stage.
I do,
that's a big part of it.
It's the Play-Doh effect, I like to call it. So
okay,
it's good.
Now that the nonsense is out of the way, we're going
Yes.
to talk about some serious stuff. Not really. America 51
Yes.
is in stores now. This is a look at my friend here's political outlook on many things in current American society.
Yes.
And what I appreciate about this is not a bashing of one side only and praising of everything else.
No.
This addresses everything on both sides from someone who is, from what I could tell, much more moderate than many people may anticipate.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's the problem I run into with a lot of, honestly, the zealots on both sides. They think it's going to be one way or the other, and it's just me basically spinning 360, telling them all to suck it. Yeah, I grew up in Iowa, obviously, so I have some liberal tendencies. I also have some conservative tendencies, and I feel like that's the way the majority of America is, and I feel like everybody's forgotten that because they're so drawn to extremes. Extremes gets views, extremes gets ratings, extreme is good for business, and it's like, no, it's not, but it's not good for us. Yeah, so this book is me basically calling BS on all of that and saying, look, if we could just all come together and realize that we have that in common, we can tune out all that yelling above us and figure it out.
I'm so glad you said it that way. I'm going to get a direct quote.
Oh, he even had the page? Like, look at this professionalism.
I actually read the book also. I'm not the
It's
hack.
a quick read. Don't let him fool you. It's not that great.
It's a great read. It's some of the best stories I've ever heard.
Well,
before I read this quote, is the story of Dick from Japan legit? Did that really?
So true.
Oh my gosh.
It's even worse. Like I had to dial back some of the details. Like, it's brutal.
That's awful.
Oh no! If you knew him, it's not awful.
You want that story? Get this book. It's worth the price alone for that.
It's pretty good.
I couldn't believe it. So, going back, this is the quote. We should be super tight with each other, not because of our similarities, but because of our differences.
Yeah.
Right now, we live in a society where everything everyone feels is instantly published.
Yes.
Social media, just journalism, everywhere. Everyone has an opinion that can be shared to millions of people in a second.
Yeah.
Do you think that has any effect on why there's so much of a polar diversity from one extreme to the other?
Yeah, I absolutely do. And here's the problem. The problem is not having the opinion. The problem is because social media has taught us not to expect a rebuttal. That's the problem. That's why there are no conversations anymore, just arguments. Because people just explode. People talk in threads now, and they don't expect you to be able to kind of chime in with your side, with your counterpoint. That's how this works. That's how a democracy works. That's how the way that compromises in politics are supposed to work. And no, you're good, bro.
You're good.
You're good, Roy. It's all good, dude.
I refuse to edit that out, by the way.
Okay,
that
good.
was Roy of Stone
really
Sour.
Very, very. He's freaking out right now, but it's all good, Roy.
Roy, come back.
But yeah, man, and honestly, I'm thinking that social media is going to be the topic of my next book. Yeah, just because that's really where my passion is at right now. And having stepped in and out of it and felt the repercussions and the draw and how it's honestly hits on so many things that an addict like myself can be prone to, it's gonna be really interesting. So
one interesting thing, because so many people, I'm using Twitter as the example right now, so many people are instant to Twitter to see what people are saying, even from low bands like just playing down the street to the President of the United States. 50 years from now, in textbooks, what do you think they're going to say about our current generation of America? Because that happens for every series of textbooks in high schools and stuff like that. What are they possibly going to say about 2017?
It'll be one picture, and it'll just be a dude going like this.
Just a meme.
just the suck face. Because it won't even be a book.
No,
It'll be a pad. It'll be an iPad, and you'll be able to highlight something and pull it up, and it'll just be a dude.
2017, year of the. Oh my god.
Year of the.
That's so awful. You're right. It's gonna be like that's the page, and it's just gonna be like pictures of tweets from government officials.
From government officials. Judas fucking Priest. You know.
Oh my gosh.
You know what the Trump Presidential Library is going to be? A pamphlet.
Mostly pictures.
Mostly pictures.
And 140 characters too.
Of him, mostly pictures and a schedule of all the times he went golfing.
Okay, well that can't fit on 140 characters. Are you
totally.
nuts?
Exactly.
So, topically, because I know you have
fine.
so
You're
much.
good.
You're good.
Yeah.
I'm getting like from both sides now, and that's great. So one of the big things, because I know this is topical for you, the Killing Name, which is the chapter that I referenced that quote from.
Yeah.
There's something big going on, like we're not really praising our differences. Recently, just 2 days ago, we had a famous monster now named Richard Spencer who just tried to give another speech at University of Florida to incite more of all this peaceful ethnic cleansing, is which were his words. This is the type of stuff that's going on right now, and he was booed out of the building. It was a great moment. He couldn't get his point across. No one was hurt to the extent of anything. There was only one gunshot, and no one was hurt for the riots. What is your thought on stuff like this with neo-Nazi white supremacists trying to come out of the woodwork and support this in 2017?
It's a reaction, sadly. It's a reaction to the fact, and I'm going to be blatantly honest, that we had a black president. That's exactly what it is.
So this
and not only did we have a black president, we had a very, very successful black president, much to the chagrin of people on the far, far right. I won't use that term that they use. They're far, 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 far right. They are white supremacists, and that's all they are. They're trying to rewrite the history on Obama, and they just can't do it. I'm not saying he's perfect. He made mistakes. Name a president who didn't. Washington made mistakes. Get over yourselves. That's why he's on the $1 bill and not the $5. I can't back that up. Fact. That's not a fact. But
I don't remember that part, but I'm going to quote you on that too.
Yeah, totally. No, every president makes mistakes. Expecting perfection is ridiculous. But you should expect morality. And certainly this current president doesn't have that. When you brag about grabbing women by their genitalia, and yet his base cheered him on, there are issues going on in this country. And I want to say that it's bigger than race. Race plays a huge part of it. But it's bigger than race. This is almost a reaction to the fact that we were all trying to kind of get on the same page, and there's just but at the same time, the people on the left have a tendency to try and force newer ideas on people who they can't wrap their head around it, and it's not their fault. You have to give them time to find a way to relate to it. So people like Richard Spencer and Milo are exploiting that, turning up the heat and making sure that people who support the current president don't believe anything that they read, don't believe anything they see or hear, and it is tearing us apart.
That is one consistent fact right now that a lot of people can agree with. We're more divided than ever.
Oh yeah, we haven't been this divided since '68. It's that bad. So
now that we've talked about said scumbag that's trying to do that, and I do refer to him as a scumbag, that's an earned title. Let's talk more about some more uplifting things and positive. Stone Sour is on the road. Hydrograd's available. You just made a fantastic music video.
20 minutes?
Okay, we'll wrap this up real short. Okay, real short. I mean, Hydrograd's out now. You just made a fantastic music video for Rose Red, Violet, Blue with a great dress up by you and the gentleman of Steel Panther. Well done. You have so many good things. One thing I do want to bring up, coming this January, you're going on a boat.
Yeah, Shiprock.
Are you excited about that?
I'm so stoked, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be killer. We hadn't been able to do it. Like, we got offered it like 4 or 5 times.
Really?
And we just couldn't find a way. But we were able to really book it and make it work. And yeah, so now we're just like, oh God, what have we got ourselves into?
You realize if you rile that crowd too up, the boat's gonna tip over.
I know. Well, don't tell Chow that because he's already panicking. We're getting him one of those rubber ducky life preservers.
That's the water wings.
Yeah.
Like the
dude, it's all right. It's dipping, dude. Bring it here. You're about to see Corey Taylor.
Okay.
Ritual.
We're gonna sign off with this.
Right now, yeah. Get Tooch.
Okay, so we're going to sign off with this. If you had a message while we're getting him ready, what would you say to everyone watching, a fan of Corey Taylor? Pitch of America 51 in stores now, worth it just for the audiobook too, to hear a great gentleman read his own words. So what would you say to everyone right now?
It doesn't suck.
You want to come in and do it too?
It doesn't suck. Come here. If you see the face, you ready for this? I do this. We do this every show.
America 51.
Here we go.
It doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck. Cheers. All right, Luke. There you go.
America 51. Check it out.
Yeah.